Some sellers like to say that selling print on demand on Etsy is easy. Quick sales, passive income, simple setup, but what most people don't talk about are the real challenges behind the scenes. Today I'm pulling back the curtain on the 10 biggest Etsy headaches you need to know if you actually want to survive and succeed with print on demand. Let's dive in. One of the biggest headaches of selling print on demand on Etsy is the total reliance on third-party providers. Unlike handmade sellers, you never actually see or touch the product before it goes out to the customer. Instead, you're trusting a fulfillment partner to get every detail right, from print alignment to product and size accuracy to packaging and shipping. The reality is that even when you do everything right, things can still go wrong. Maybe the print is crooked, the colors come out dull, or the wrong size gets shipped. When that happens, your customer doesn't blame the POD provider. They blame you. You're the face of the brand, you're the one who gets the bad review, and you're the one stuck handling refunds or replacements. The hardest part is that you don't have much control over fixing these issues at the source. You can swap print providers, adjust your designs, or place sample orders, but at the end of the day, your business success is tied to how reliable your POD partner is. It can feel like running a restaurant where you never taste the food before it reaches the customer. You're putting your reputation in someone else's hands. I use Printify to fulfill my orders for a handful of reasons, one of which being that they offer a wide network of print partners across the country, allowing you to choose high-rated providers and reduce the chances of mistakes. Like any business, Printify isn't perfect and there is still the occasional mess up, but they have really great customer service and will refund or reprint any order at their expense if they make a mistake. The next big headache is the pressure to consistently create new listings and stay ahead of trends. Etsy's algorithm rewards active shops, so if you are not adding new products and designs regularly, your visibility and traffic can start to drop. Using a trend research tool like EverBee can help a lot, but trends still move so fast. A design style or product that is popular today can quickly become oversaturated or outdated, leaving your listings buried in search results. This creates a constant cycle of researching, designing, and uploading in hopes of catching the next wave before it passes. The challenge isn't just making more listings, it's making quality listings that are optimized, competitive, and stand out among thousands of competitors. Balancing that level of creative output with everything else you need to manage in your business can easily become overwhelming. Many sellers feel like they're stuck on a treadmill, always needing to keep moving just to maintain their shop's momentum. Another major headache is dealing with trademark and copyright risks. Even when you create completely original designs, there is always the chance of running into problems. It seems obvious to avoid popular franchises like Disney or trending media like TV shows, books, or movies, but less obvious to avoid basic generic phrases like stay spooky or self-love club. You really have to check every single phrase you want to use just in case someone has trademarked it. The frustrating part is that Etsy usually acts first and asks questions later, so your listing could be removed and your account flagged before you even get a chance to respond. Trademarks can also change over time. You might create a design today that is perfectly fine to sell, but months later, someone can file a trademark on a phrase or word you used. Suddenly, your listing is at risk even though it was compliant when you made it. This creates constant uncertainty for sellers because it feels like you are walking a fine line between being creative and protecting your shop from suspension. The stress of not always knowing what is safe to sell can take a lot of the fun out of designing and make POD feel more like risk management than creativity. Dealing with customer service is another big headache for Etsy sellers. Customers sometimes receive items that don't match their expectations, like colors looking different than the photos, sizing issues, or other quality concerns. Handling complaints, issuing refunds, and responding quickly takes a lot of time and energy, and a single negative review can affect both your reputation and your search ranking. As your shop grows, customer service can start to feel like a full-time job on top of all the other things you need to do to run your business, and that can really wear you down over time if not handled strategically. Many shoppers also come to Etsy specifically for the human connection and a more personal, unique shopping experience. This can definitely attract kind, supportive buyers who appreciate small businesses, and it usually does, but it can also bring customers with higher expectations, personalization requests, or detailed questions that require extra time and attention. In a world where Amazon Prime can deliver most products in 2 days or less, it's hard to compete when your items take longer to produce and ship. A lot of customers purchase items with deadlines in mind and expect quick deliveries, and they can get frustrated when their order doesn't arrive as quickly as they hoped. Print-on-demand production times can also sometimes be unpredictable, especially during busy seasons or when there are supply chain delays. All of this makes it harder to keep customers happy and maintain strong shop ratings. Facing Etsy account suspensions or sudden shop shutdowns is a constant source of stress for POD sellers. Etsy can remove listings or even suspend entire shops if they suspect a policy violation, sometimes without any warning or clear explanations. Months of work, thousands of listings, and your hard-earned income can disappear overnight. Even small mistakes, false copyright claims, or automated flags can trigger a suspension, leaving you scrambling to figure out what went wrong. It kind of feels like building a business on someone else's land. You can do everything right, but a single decision from Etsy can change everything in an instant. Staying vigilant, following guidelines, and keeping backups of your listings are essential. But the uncertainty alone makes this one of the toughest challenges of selling on Etsy. Scaling a POD Etsy shop can be a huge time drain, and it often feels like there just aren't enough hours in the day. As your shop grows, you have more orders to manage, more customer questions to answer, and more moving parts in general. On top of that, keeping up with trends, marketing, and testing new designs or products can quickly take over your schedule. Without a solid plan or system, your business can start to consume your personal life, making it hard to relax or spend time on other priorities. Many sellers find that the harder they work to grow, the harder it is to maintain balance, which is why learning how to manage your time effectively is so important. This is a common struggle as an entrepreneur in any form. Even though customers technically pay for their Etsy orders right away, that money isn't instantly available to you. Etsy holds the funds until your next deposit, which can take a few days depending on your deposit schedule to actually receive it in your bank account. For print-on-demand sellers, this delay can create a cash flow gap because you still need to pay for production and shipping before the customer can get their item. So even though the order is technically paid, you may not actually have the money you need to fulfill it right away. Having some upfront funds or a little cushion becomes important for keeping orders moving and customers happy. Another huge headache of selling on Etsy is dealing with copycats who steal your designs. Imagine spending hours or even days carefully crafting something original, kind of like planting a beautiful garden, only to watch someone else come along and take the fruits of your labor without doing any of the work. It's frustrating, it feels unfair, and it really takes the joy out of creating. Copycats don't just hurt your sales, they chip away at the pride you feel in your work. And the worst part is knowing it can happen at any moment, no matter how much effort you put into your shop. It's especially discouraging when someone copies one of your best sellers. It's happened to us several times over the years, and it never gets easier. It's honestly one of the most exhausting parts of running an Etsy business. The next headache is figuring out your pricing and profit margins. POD products cost more to produce than wholesale items, which means your profit on each sale can be much smaller. At the same time, you're competing in a marketplace full of sellers who may offer lower prices, putting pressure on you to stay competitive without cutting into your earnings. Trying to find that sweet spot where you're making a fair profit but not scaring off customers can feel like walking a tightrope, and it can feel frustrating at times when you're trying to grow your business into something sustainable. Another big headache is dealing with competition and market saturation. The platform is packed with thousands of sellers offering similar products, which makes it difficult to stand out and get noticed. Even if you create something unique, it can easily get lost among countless listings, and customers often gravitate towards shops with more reviews or lower prices. With so much competition, growth can feel really slow and discouraging. You're constantly trying to find ways to make your shop stand out while competing in a marketplace that's getting more crowded every day. Yes, selling POD on Etsy has its headaches, but here's the truth. The potential is way bigger than the struggles. Every hurdle teaches you how to run your shop smarter, so if you made it this far, comment potential down below so I know you watched till the end. Keep experimenting, stay consistent, and don't let these headaches stop you. If you stick with it, you can turn your POD shop from a simple side hustle into a business that really works for you. Now that you know all about the headaches, this next video is all about what you should actually do to succeed as a new Etsy seller. Click right here and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.